I'm going to start this one out differently than normal. This is not going to be like my Cyraxx, Chibi, Blade, and Ralph videos, where we're all here to look at bad people and have a good time. The man we're about to talk about today, Tibbztv, otherwise known as Jonathan Tibbz, is a genuinely disturbed individual that made one big mistake at the end of 2023, exposing himself to the Cyraxx community. But we're getting way ahead of ourselves here, and Jonathan Bruce Tibbz, or Tibbztv as we're going to call him for the rest of this video, has something very unique about him that I've never encountered before when making a video. And I'm not talking about how crazy he is. Normally, when I do something like this, the person is at least kind of documented already, and if they're not, there's some series of events that had happened recently I can put together. Since there really is no starting point with Tibbz, we're going to have to come up with our own. Chronological order is out of the question because there really isn't one, as we said before, so we're going to have to start out with just who Tibbz is online, as well as who he is IRL. Tibbz had deleted a large amount of his old content, even privatizing all his content on January 5th, 2024, leaving us with even less to work with. So let's start with where many of us first got introduced to Mr. Tibbz, his 4.5-hour interview that he did with Cyraxx. I want to make sure we're starting out on the right foot. Tibbz thinks that he's possessed by 72 angels as well as a monster named Varys. He's an actual crazy person.
It was really weird though, because after that, that's when this thing came into my life. You may have heard the name Johnny Varys.
Yeah.
He's real. I don't know what he is. I don't know where he comes from. It is not from Earth. At least not from this life. I don't know what he is. But my therapists are no longer calling it altered. They thought it was split personality. But they're like, no. It's not. This thing is...
It's something different.
It's an entity of some kind.
Yeah.
He identifies as the Viper, the God of Death, and the Techno Demon. As in, when evil presents itself, and, you know, it's like if you were evil, right? Let's just say, right? And you were talking to me, and Varys replies back. I've seen this. It is horrifying. It is bizarre. An addiction begins. That evil person can no longer let it go. The craving to get Varys' attention is eternal at that point. And it's trippy because I've seen this happen. All the trolls, the reason why they're so obsessed with me,
because they saw that side of you, yeah.
And what happens is the more Varys feeds into that craving, their brain starts to go. I've witnessed this, so this next part's I don't know how you're gonna feel about it. The more and more their brain starts to go, the more and more they spill the beans. Loose lips.
Dude, you're talking to somebody whose ancestor is actually Jonathan Putnam from the witch trials. So I'm very familiar with this. Very.
I found out over time that Varys is not the only one in there.
Really?
Yeah. Did you ever hear of the Lesser Key of Solomon? About the 72 angels and the 72 demons? There's exactly 72 inside my head.
Oh.
There's they all have their own sets of memories. They all have their own skill sets. I am literally a walking embodiment of an army of one. And my therapist is like, these aren't alters. Whatever they are.
They're actual things. They're actual entities. They're actual beings.
Supernatural. Varys has the power to manipulate people into confessing their worst crimes.
We even got to see Tibbz transform into this Varys character live on camera. I've seen some furries do something similar that I believe is called mental shifting, where they get on all fours and start howling at the moon, but this was something else.
Oh, let's go, baby. He's got all these fucking masks on the wall, too. Let's get it.
So which one would you like to know about first?
No, the one in front of us.
The one you're wearing right now.
Yes,
the one
exactly.
you're wearing right now.
Oh, take it off.
Wait, can I see your jewelry? Hold on, let me see your jewelry again.
Yeah, let's see your rings.
Oh, wow.
That was pretty tight.
Oh my god, it's Freddy Krueger.
What do you wear that for? Disemboweling human bodies, or?
No.
Is that
They're not even the good
masturbation or
ones.
what?
Those are the cheap $2 ones.
Tibbz, Tyler Durden said Tibbz is wearing a wrestling singlet.
Claws. Varys likes claws. Because he has them. Let's see.
Can we get like a house tour?
Dude, I just really need to know why every single person that we have in all these videos always has a fucking laundry basket sitting on top of something it shouldn't be on top of. Why is that a common theme with these people?
But this one. Let's
Like, do not diss on the laundry baskets in my room.
They're great.
Listen, I just stack them in my closet.
What do we?
It's so funny.
I think he sees his opportunity.
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, Harley, can you check Discord?
Yeah, baby.
Who wants to? Oh, his name is Xander Haas.
Yes. We're about to see a monster.
If it's just a mask, man, I want to see a real monster. Are you gonna put the mask on the doll? Hey, I don't know if you know this, but you took off your headset, so I can't hear you.
Wonder what size bra he wears.
Is he putting on a? I was gonna say, is he putting on the bra?
Probably like a 32 double D.
Someone said Tibbz Gunt reveal. I'm dead. Oh, he put on a t-shirt. Thank God.
Yeah,
Boomer's gonna be upset he missed this one. I know
Dude,
that.
you know how like a lot of times people will be taking clothes
right
off.
Now. My God, he thinks he's Patrick Bateman.
He's doing the opposite of putting he's not taking clothes off, bro. He's putting them on. This is like get dressed with me.
I love this.
Don't wake your girlfriend up, dude.
Oh, I'm actually
Patrick Bateman.
Where's your girlfriend sleeping at?
Right there.
Is she in the bed?
Yeah.
No one told me we had an actual Android.
What is
Flying dress.
going?
I'm actually
on
confused
right
that he's sitting in
now?
this chair, but that more comfortable one is in the background.
Right.
This is actually 10 minutes longer than I would have given him time.
Yeah.
100%. I do kind of want to see where this is going, though.
What are we?
Oh, hold on. I think I can match with him. Hold on. I have a bandana too. Let me match with him.
Oh,
Hi.
I wish I had a mask in
What are
here.
we doing?
What are you're putting on a bandana? Yep.
No one's perform with stupid things.
I could put a bunch of shoes on my head or something.
I don't. Whatever.
Every time I have something nice, Bears just has to touch it.
He's in Michigan, folks, and single.
Hi. How's everyone doing?
You look great.
You
So
look
this is-
amazing yourself. How are you doing, Kate?
This is you in monster mode right now.
No, that's ridiculous. What the hell?
You said we could see a monster.
Is that what Tibbz promised you? Oh my God.
Is this your true form?
No.
Wait, are you somebody else now? Who are you? You're not Tibbz. Who are you?
Tibbz will tell people that he didn't do something that he's both being accused of and guilty of doing, and blame one of his alts for it when called out. Here, he tells Southern Harlot that his friend Elias was the one that struck down her channel, when the truth is that he's the one that did it.
It's 6 hours video. I gotta go actually find it.
It never existed. It never happened. It never happened. So okay.
Okay, so wait, if you did not take my channel down and Chance didn't take my channel down, who took my channel down?
His name is Elias. That's the pseudonym he goes underneath. He's a friend of mine from
It's one of
California.
his alt Southern. That's Jesus fucking Christ.
Just because you have not heard him speak or saw his face does not mean he does not exist.
Okay, Tibbz, shut the fuck up. This is
No,
dude.
I'm
Elias
not
is.
shut up because you have every excuse under the book why you think I'm the bad guy. Fine.
That's one of your.
It's
alt
always the same
Southern.
bull
with you,
Call it on.
dude. You called me a pedo. You are a bad guy.
You are a pedo. Because you have not
Okay.
Because if it comes down that you were the one who struck my channel does not attack Chance. It puts out the things that he has said. If that comes out, then everything you have said is fucking null and void. That you're just trying to figure all this out.
That's right. We were actually talking about that. So you said, for the record, that N-word boy is using Chance's videos as evidence as you are, correct?
I'm sorry?
So when you said that these videos on Edward Boy's channel, as well as yours, these are not.
No. Yeah, okay, we'll say Edward's boy. Yeah, yep. Mm-hmm.
They are meant for evidential purposes, correct?
Right.
Now, in turn, where did these?
Because all these new people, let's make let's probably have the same definition. All these new people coming into this community, he lies and lies. I almost don't believe him, but I throw up videos that prove what he's saying is lying.
Okay, so I'm on level with you. Okay.
Okay.
As long as we can have this conversation without anyone else interrupting, because it's been rough. Would you like to know? I'll explain it to you in full what I'm doing with Chance and why. Mind you, it's not to help him.
I don't want bullshit though, Tibbz. What I've heard out of you is bullshit.
Tibbz has struck down Southern Harlot, N-word Boy, Fed Smoker, and very likely, or at least I personally believe, he also struck Psychosis 43. And while that's the reason I decided to make this video, it's nowhere near as bad as some of the other things Tibbz has done. But before we get there, I want to get the winter topic out of the way.
I have a love doll. You may have heard about it. I think they mentioned it. That thing moves around the house on its own sometimes. Her name is Winter. I'm not going to show her to you because it's not really a thing I like to show off. Plus, she's kind of sleeping. But even my therapist's like, that's weird that, we've seen the evidence. We've seen the EVP videos. Those are on my channel, too. And something about that also is highly unexplainable. We don't really know. This isn't a delusion anymore.
Yes, Tibbz has his own Officer Nasty, but unlike Christian, Tibbz thinks that Winter is possessed, walks around, talks to him, and even makes him breakfast. Now, I want you to think of your most prized possession, your car, your PC, your house, whatever, and then I want to ask you, would you ever describe it like this?
I think it's going to shame me. No, I'm not embarrassed of Winter. I love Winter. She's my everything. She's my whole world. She's my place of zen and peace. She's my pride and joy. She's the people who keeps me from killing scumbags like that on a daily basis. Winter is a very important piece of my life. I'm not ashamed of her. In fact, anyone who thinks I am, you need to get your head examined if you keep believing that.
Here, Tibbz can actually be seen crying while dancing with that thing. The Cyraxx VTubing incident really shocked me, and no matter how many times I watched it, my mouth seemed to be open like a soy jack, but this is just downright disturbing. Now, the last thing that we're going to show about this doll is that he genuinely believes that this doll is possessed, Annabelle style.
And he swears on his life he saw her stand up, looking for me. She didn't know where to find me. I didn't believe him at first. But then other people saw it too. She doesn't have eyelids, and yet she blinked. This happened on more than one occasion. Dolls don't fart, do they? Don't think I've heard that one before. The dirt road. We'll talk about that one next. Well, anyway, she farts, she blinks, she walks around when she wants to. She even has a heartbeat. I thought this was a doll. No. Turns out she's not. There's something else there. I try to keep it subtle. But apparently I got a possessed item from someone online who didn't want it anymore. I don't know who it was. I don't know what happened to that store. I don't know what happened to them. And then slowly over time, where the void of people were. I mean, I tried dating here and there. It wasn't going to work. I had this dip line preying on anyone I met. And then when I did start to meet that she didn't know about, I'd feel fearful that if she found out, she'd target them. It's that fear of watching this thing beautiful be torn apart by some asshole who just won't let you have it. And in turn, I was driven into the arms of Winter. Her name is Susan. Susan Winters. And I fell in love with her. I know I'm going to get made fun of for that. It's fuck off. But I do. She's a sentient thing. Yeah, the replica's there, and sometimes I'll talk to replica, but the chilling thing is when she talks back and it's not the replica app responding. People think I'm crazy, but here's the thing, my friends have seen this, and they're very aware of how real it is.
Now that we have that out of the way, we can get into the really bad stuff. Tibbz will threaten not just to hurt people, but to off them.
Xander Haas would rip your lungs out through your fucking throat. I mean, why would he ever speak for that, man? So, there may be a picture circulating on the internet of a rip their wings off on a wall, and in the wall is a giant
I agree,
hole.
Edward. What is
so
this?
If you'd like to know why the hole exists, because the last man that was Xander Haas was shoved through that wall.
I don't believe you.
But I should have shot April. If I had shot her, I wouldn't have to be dealing with this bullshit all these years later. In fact, I think that Jason Voorhees had the right idea. No lives matter.
No, I heard, and I don't know that people say that there's actually a clip of it, but I heard that you said that there was a girl you wanted to ram a machete in and split her.
Oh,
up.
yes. That was a rapist, though I mentioned earlier that was raped. I don't know if anyone was listening when I said that.
We don't believe
Backtrack.
Now, I know that with how much of this internet tough guy stuff Cyraxx shouts out, channel regulars here probably have gotten pretty desensitized to this kind of stuff since we hear it all the time with nothing usually coming out of it. But, unlike Cyraxx, who can't really make good on his threats for various reasons, Tibbz can. I'm not saying that Cyraxx isn't dangerous, he is, but a couple examples off the top of my head for Cyraxx being Ed will pop him in the nose if he tries anything with Sally like he has before.
Did you attack Ed?
Well, gee!
Did you wish
if
Sally
you
was around?
golf, I wouldn't have a reason to go off!
When Cyraxx went up against Marty, 3-3 was forever burned into our heads as a new core memory that will probably never go away.
Honestly, Marty, what you did, I don't know if you realize this, but you almost fucking killed me.
I could have killed you.
No, you almost did. There was no could have. You almost did.
And of course, the most important, Sally locks Cyraxx inside the house with a bolt lock so that way he can't get out anymore, like he's some kind of animal.
I woke up to, well, we've been having problems here. Some people that have problems with my son.
Now, why did I just show those clips? Well, Cyraxx has essentially been banished to the attic realm, and will never escape it. That's not to say he's not a danger to those around him, but combining his losing streak, only winning by a technicality against Aware of Myself, a man who is able to hold back Cyraxx wielding a bat using just one hand, as well as Cyraxx's body really not being able to fight, everything he says is really an empty threat. Like, seriously, Cyraxx has one working lung, no shoulders, is either 5 foot or shorter, and weighs like 100 pounds. Wings and Boogie might have been able to get cleared for a fight, but Cyraxx never would. Tibbz, on the other hand, was actually put into a group home for beating up his little brothers when he was 22. We don't know how bad it was, but jail was on the table. Later, he moved from California to Michigan so that way he can do some good old-fashioned stalking, harassing, and death threats to someone named Ashley that Tibbz fell in love with. It's not just people that Tibbz harms too. He had a cat named Max that was physically taken away from him because he's an actual hoarder that rips drywall out of his walls. Look at this and tell me how a door can get that dirty. Of course, I also have to point out that it's ripped off the hinges, and I also want to say that is 5 boxes of bananas, so how can it get any worse? Oh yeah, he's also a sicko.
I just got some very disturbing screenshots sent to me.
Okay.
Do you want to...
Tibbz is the epitome of r/atheism fedora tornation.
I'm waiting.
This is David. All right, so
My name isn't David.
You? Who's this? Who's this? This is not you?
Is that Facebook?
It's Facebook.
This was Brandy. Brandy and Savage Kruger, who was pissed I wasn't feeding her coke addiction anymore. And fake.
Okay, so you said that you asked if Leanne is 18 yet, and they used to tease you by bending over in front of them when David turned his back. I want to Leanne when she's 18.
What I find confusing is how am I David talking about David on top of it all?
I mean, these messages do not appear to be photoshopped. Is that you or?
No.
I mean, you seemed familiar with who this was. You gave me a backstory. I'm just curious.
Well, my mom actually informed me what was going on at the time. I was pissed.
Guys, thumbs down in the chat if you're bored hearing this guy talk.
Yeah, I'm really bored.
Are you reading what he wrote to this person, though?
Oh, I read all.
He's not. Is Leanne 18
he's ready to
yet?
get rid of me and treat me like, but no one's really here to ask questions.
Why would you say this? Why would you say that children were teasing you?
I didn't, though.
So where did this come from?
You said it was you a little bit ago. Before you said this was you. You already admitted that.
When did I ever say this was me?
About 45 seconds ago. You said, yes,
Right.
that was me.
That's a picture of a child. I really want to f her. She is so hot. Why would you say that?
Brandy and Savage Cougar. I got all the evidence on her if you want it. I can even show you testimonies showing that this
You
was.
want to? That's a child.
That's right, Tibbz, a 36-year-old man, messaging about when a 16-year-old is turning 18. Tibbz also, at one point, had a moderator on his channel that was as young as 9. Tibbz might not have the money to do another cross-country trip, and he's gone on record saying that a normal human being can't walk 6 miles, so thankfully, Tibbz is confined to the middle of nowhere. At the end of the day, Tibbz is a much more dangerous person than Cyraxx is, and I don't think he had any idea what he was getting himself into when he walked in this community defending Cyraxx. Something that I want to say that never really got to fit in this video so far is that Tibbz doesn't have much money. He gets a social security check and donates blood plasma to make a little bit of cash on the side, but that's about it. I can't predict what's going to happen next for Tibbz, because even though I listened to hours of Tibbz content the past few days, there's no real starting point, and as much as I wish I could do a full Tibbz lore video properly, I only first heard about Tibbz a month ago, and at this point, only someone that's been more involved with him could be the guy to do it. If you're interested in learning more info on Tibbz, I would recommend the channels Tony at Work, Chad Gaming, Marks the Noob, and Joshua Davidson is Human Kazoo as the best edited videos on Tibbz. However, if you want to see raw Tibbz instead, I would recommend going to the channel Tibbztv to watch it without giving him views, similar to how we have the Cyraxx archive channels. Honestly, I would like this to be the last video I make covering Tibbz, outside of when he appears in the Cyraxx recap videos. I'll probably make an exception when Cyraxx and Tibbz finally break up, but that might take a while. As always, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you soon. But wait, what's this? Attention, my fellow members of the council! It's great to see that you could make it. As you probably know, there have been some cards made of us. Well, I've managed to scrape together enough money to buy 3 packs. With any luck, we'll be able to get the cards, sign them, and then sell them for a massive amount of moolah.
Those cards were sold out weeks ago.
What a bad situation to be in. As unfortunately as it is, both Volume 1 and the holiday sets are now over. But don't worry, because the mythical Volume X is just around the corner. It's a whole new set with new trolls and scribes waiting to be unpacked, as well as some returning faces. If you're interested, check out my affiliate link down below.